Good morning. I am live. How are y'all? I am going to get my computer set up, but I thought it would be fun if we went over some more my book of Bible stories. Doesn't that sound fun? Don't you want to read my book of Bible stories? Okay, let me pull it up on the JW site so that way I can share my screen. I think we're going to start with, I really don't care about Enoch, so I'm going to start with giants in the earth. Share. Hey, good morning, LOH. How are you? It's Apostate Church. Hallelujah. There we go. Share. And, now, is it better if I do that? Is that better, I wonder? Good morning, Lydia. Welcome to Apostate Church. Can y'all hear me okay? I think I have a tendency to yell. I'm trying not to yell anymore. I don't know why. I get so excited. This freaks me out, and I talk loud. Hi, Puppy Brown. Hey, y'all, 1 second. So, first thing in the morning, he didn't eat, but I took him outside and he went to the bathroom twice. Ice cream. And then when we came inside, he did take his treat, but he didn't want to eat his food yet. But he's eaten his food since. So, and I haven't hurt his tummy at all. So I think he's doing better. Yeah, he's a good puppy. My puppy's been sick. Hey, good morning. My puppy, you feeling better? Yeah.
So when you say ice cream, we talking melted or soft serve? Or
Yeah, it was like just melted. A little more solid than complete. But yeah. It was definitely a bit melted. Love you, babe. Okay. Good morning, y'all. Apostate Church. Y'all. I like to say y'all, even though I'm not from the South. Y'all. Y'all come back now, you hear? Y'all. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, good morning, LOH. Good morning, Lydia. Good morning, Mediocrity's Maze. I hope y'all are doing okay. The world obviously sucks balls, big old balls. Still here fighting. But I thought it would be enjoyable to take my mind off of other shit and deal with other shit. Isn't that how you do it? Forget about other shit by talking about complete, utter shit. Whatever. We all got to get through life how we got to get through life at this point. True. Okay, so giants in the earth. Now, I do have a question. I'm not very good with grammar. I'm not very well spoken. Giants in the earth? Why is it in the earth? I get it. We are in the earth, right? But I don't know why it wasn't on the earth. Just seems kind of strange. But anyhow, so we're going to read about the Nephilim. And I guess as far as JW mythology goes, the Nephilim are where demons kind of come from, or the Nephilims become part of the demon family. I guess we got to read this to find out. Let me scroll up here. I hope y'all can see that okay. I would think that you could see that okay. All right. This is chapter 8. I am still doing my chapters as like young Ryan. I just have so much I'm doing that I'm having trouble doing anything. Yeah, I'm literally getting nothing done right now. It's pretty bad. So I will get to that at some point. Giants in the earth. I'm going to read from my book of Bible stories from when I was a kid. But y'all can just follow along on the screen here. Fossil remains, I know, right? Please show me the evidence. Show me the evidence. Okay. If someone were walking toward you and he was tall as the ceiling in your house, what would you think? That person would be a giant. At one time, there really were giants on the earth. The Bible shows that their fathers were angels from heaven. But how could that be? Remember, the bad angel Satan was busy making trouble. He was even trying to get God's angels to be bad. Okay, but where does it... Hold up, though. You know what's very interesting? I guess I just realized is it nowhere really says that. They're pulling other parts of the Bible into here, and this is only supposed to be in the book of Genesis. Isn't that interesting? Because Satan isn't even mentioned until Chronicles. I think the first time Satan is physically mentioned in the Bible is Chronicles. And Job also. But again, these are later. Well, Job is a kind of an earlier book. But you know what I'm saying? Chronologically speaking, they're bringing in stuff that did not happen and making their own story. Oh, that kind of perturbs me. Okay, well, duh. Of course they're going to do that. Anyhow, remember the bad angel Satan was busy making trouble. He was even trying to get God's angels to be bad. In time, some of those angels started to listen to Satan. They stopped the work that God had for them to do in heaven, and they came down to the... Motherfuck my asshole. Excuse me, you don't have to be so loud. Thank you, computer. Sorry, it just scared the poop out of me, giving me an alert. Dickbag. In time, some of the angels started to listen to Satan. They stopped the work that God had for them to do in heaven. Okay, I'm sorry. What work is it that God needs angels to do? So God has a need. He can't do things on his own. So he necessitates having other beings created to do the work for him. So he creates enslaved beings in heaven to do his work. Wow. God is pretty fucking powerful, right? Oh, hey, good morning. Sorry, I didn't look up. Yeah, that's quite fascinating. Was your daddy a demon? Was your father a demon? Yeah, you know what? Honestly, we've seen... Good morning. Good morning. We've seen people who are 8 foot tall, whatever, and they struggle. They struggle even living beyond, like, what is it, like 50 years old or so? I'm not really sure. But anyway, they struggle in life. There's no giants walking around strangling people like this and lifting them up by their... Wait, where's the good picture? Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Am I missing the good picture for you? Oh, y'all saw that picture, right? That holding up the lady. Okay, let me keep going. I'm gonna try to get through this for y'all. But good morning. Good morning, Uncle Beck. Anyway, they stopped the work that God had given them, and they came down to earth and made human bodies for themselves. Do you know why? Okay, they made human bodies for themselves. What does that mean? They had an ability to, where they were a spirit body, they were able to either possess human bodies. So did they possess people? Good morning, Darth Magod. Or were they actually like formulating, like pulling dust and all the workings of a body elements and just magically appeared? I'm asking too many questions. See, that's why I wasn't a good JW and a good JW kid, because these are the questions that I've always had. Like, how is this working? How are they doing it? I am not sure. Oh, I'm sorry. And if anybody wants to join me here, This is Apostate Church for everybody. If you would like to join the stream, you are more than welcome. Always free to join Apostate Church and praise with me. So they came down to earth and made human bodies for themselves. Do you know why? The Bible says it is because the sons of God saw the pretty women on earth and wanted to live with them. Gag me. So they came to earth and married these women. The Bible says that this was wrong because God made the angels to live in heaven. So the only reason it's wrong is because they're from like a different country or a different planet. Darth. Did I just not see that you did I not see that you said you were supposed to run the mics? Yeah, what the hell, man? Like, what the frick? Testing 1, 2, 3. You've like already failed here at the Apostate Church. Just kidding. There's no failure at the Apostate Church. We are all winners here. As long as you can apostatize, golden. So the women were pretty, and the angels couldn't help themselves. I just find that very, very, don't know. I can't place my finger on it. Okay, when the angels and their wives had babies, these babies were different. At first, they may not have looked very different, but they kept growing bigger and bigger and getting stronger and stronger until they became giants. Wow. Okay, so they're born as normal babies. They didn't look very different, but they grew bigger and bigger and stronger. Okay, so the angels come down and create their body or possess a body. Then when they are able to have that body, encompass that body, then they produce semen in order to impregnate a human body. Wow. This is truly fascinating. So angels can create people too? Good morning, Elijah. How are you? Praise Jehuber. Aliens came down. Yeah, I mean, that is what they are, because if they're not human and they have to create a human body, I'm trying to think of the word, and I feel like it's an F word. There's probably like a scientific word that I can't think of. They weren't interested in the handsome men, those angels, just the yo. I mean, come on. If they were attracted to the females, they probably were attracted to the dudes too. I mean, how could you not be? Dudes are good looking. I mean, if you're attracted to a human, you're attracted to a human. If you're an alien, don't you think? I would think if you were an alien species and you saw a human, because we do look so different, I feel like you would just be attracted to us all. What am I trying to do? What am I going? Fabricated. That could be what I was trying to think of. Thank you, Darth Vader. Well, that's also a good question too, because I wonder when the angel came to see, when the angel came to see Mary, maybe he formulated a body and he was the one. LOH, did you just blow this whole thing wide open? These aliens or angels, whatever you want to call them, are able to fabricate a body and even have semen that, like, the DNA works. Yo, this is freaking, I didn't realize like how scientifically cool the Bible was. Wait, did you have to go to the convention? Ay, Dios mío. I'm so sorry. Oh, hold on. I didn't see this. You just remind me of something to look at. Did Jesus make a body after he was resurrected? I mean, there was nothing. Right. You're right. So was that just, obviously, I don't believe the story at all. But when you think about the scientific part of it, did he take somebody else's body? Because his body after 40 days would have been decrepit, decomposing. Or are they trying to say that's one of the miracles of God and the body didn't deteriorate? Yeah, but there's also this, there's some scholarship around the fact that Jesus had a twin, and that there's a possibility the twin was the one who was going around, and that's why people thought it was Jebus, and it was it Didymus? Was that Jesus' twin, Didymus? Sorry, y'all, I'm not really sure. Yeah, he did appear visible and did his business with Mary because somehow she had semen, or otherwise otherwise Jesus is transgender, because if Mary is just giving birth to, yay, J, Apostate church with us, praise Jehovah. But seriously, oh, I don't know which convention. Oh, you're talking about oh my gosh, I thought you were JW talking about a JW convention. Are you talking about the atheist convention? Oh my dear Jesus. I am a bit HIGH if you don't know. I'm glad you're ditching the meeting today, Jay. Yes, we will rule the galaxy together. Jay, you, me, Fire Soul Rocker, all of us. LOH, we doing it. We doing it. Okay. Don't know where I was. Okay, so the babies grew bigger and bigger and got stronger and stronger. So the giants were bad. And because they were so big and strong, they would hurt people. They tried to force everyone to be bad like themselves. They tried to force people to be bad like themselves. It's very interesting. Enoch had died. There was one man on earth now who was good. This man's name was Noah. Ugh. He always did what God wanted him to do. One day God told Noah that the time had come for him to destroy all the bad people. But God was going to save Noah, his family, and many of the animals. Let's see how God did this. Wowsies. Well, thanks, Noah, for being so... It's always awake and bacon, this mug. That's how we roll. It's either pen or the flower. Flower power. Yeah, that's how I roll. I grew up thinking drugs were bad, okay, and they're so bad for you. And now, I don't care what people think. I can do them, I cannot do them. It's my life. I am an adult. And the Bible does not rule me. Unfortunately, the law does kind of rule me, so, You're working on it, Uncle Beck?
Wakey, with me, bro.
Oh, okay. Wait, Elijah. Wait, Elijah. Wait, what do you, Elijah? Elijah. Elijah. Wait, Elijah. Wait, Elijah. Are you the one who wore the hat? No. Help me, Elijah. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Please love me. Love me. It's 9:38, and as far as I'm concerned, as long as the day ends with a M, AM or PM, then it's time to get high. Ha ha ha, she's so funny. Okay, that was my massager on my butt, just so we all know. Friday was leg day, and my ass cheeks hurt. Very bad. Yes, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not good with people's name. That's what I figured, Uncle Beck. I figured. I was like, oh, okay, that's why I kind of... Thank you. Yes. I am so sorry, Elijah. So good to see you. Miss you. I miss all my friends. Oh, yeah, right? I mean, duh. Of course. It helps so much, right? I don't know what I have. I don't have a diagnosis, but I diagnosed that I need it. So be it. Okay. So the giants on the earth are called the Nephilim. And they have these babies. These babies encourage people to be bad. Well, once they grow up to be adults, they encourage people to be bad. And because of this, God now needs to destroy the earth. He's like, okay, I need a reset button. I need a hard reset. But Noah, you and your 3 kids are cool and their wives. I'm going to save y'all. No, don't be. Back to church. It does help with ADHD, although I still struggle with ADHD or whatever it is. I don't know. My brain, I just have a lot of thoughts. A bunch of horny angels in heaven. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. It kind of sounds like cool to me. If there was such thing as an angel or a demon and they wanted to have sex with me, technically, it's not cheating. Okay. I'm fucking around with y'all. Just kidding. But seriously, if you are an angel or a demon, holla. Knock, knock. No. Who's there? I'm a demon. So God says to Noah, you are the only person and family that are worth saving, but this is how you got to do it. So he has to toil and labor for a year or however long it takes. I believe it's a year to build, many years, to build this huge ark. I guess I could flip the page, huh? That would help. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, and of course, y'all remember, these are my book of Bible stories for children. This is I was reading this at a baby. I was reading it myself at 4. I could read at 4, so I was reading it to myself at 4 years old, staring at these pictures. Where do I go? I'm sorry. Oh, here we go next. Noah builds an ark. Oh God, here's another thing too. So here is Ham. Can y'all see my arrow when I do that? Do you see the arrow over Ham's face? Anyhow, so Ham is the guy holding the, he's wearing the green shirt. There we go. But he is a person of color. So the JWs, the Mormons, I mean, all religions say that Ham is a black guy. And he is the one who they carry the curse through, the curse of Ham. When it really, that's a whole nother whitewashing of what the curse actually was. The curse was on the land. It was really stupid. It shouldn't have been done, but it was either the land or the sun. But anyhow, so they take this guy, Ham, and they paint him black. And this is where black people come from, according to the Bible. They come from Ham. And because of Ham's sin, he also has lineage that connects him to the Tower of Babel with Nimrod. So they just take people of color and paint them in this negative light, and none of this is in the Bible. Like, it's not in the Bible, but obviously white people have been able to create this story. Oh, thank you. Good morning to you, Arturo. Appreciate that. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Good morning, full frontal exposure. I didn't see you come in. How are you? How you doing? Honestly, the biblical God and angels having sex with humans and producing half-breed children seems very derivative of Greek and Roman mythology. Well, there's a lot of connection of the Nephilim, the Raphaim. Like, these are all, I mean, they have connections to like Greco-Roman. They have connections to like Sumerian. There's taught there. I mean, it makes sense. These were all just supposed to be like cool stories that were told. This wasn't supposed to be it was supposed to be neat stuff to learn. Like, oh, they used to believe this and that. And, when I read about the Anunnaki and things, I'm like, oh, wow, that's so cool. But I'm not like, oh, geez, these were real gods and it really happened. I mean, if you do, that's fine. I'm not saying you can't, but they've taken this, these stories and made literal interpretations of them all. But then if you ask them, is the Bible literal, or is it like an analogy? They'll say, oh, well, no, it's not all literal. Okay, well then, so why are you taking all these stories so literally? Anyhow, just yapping. So the curse of Ham. This is where Noah builds an ark. Let me scroll down just a scotch here. So we've got to see all the 2x2s. Oh, look, even the birds. The birds are just like, oh, caw-caw. Go this way. All the animals are going this way into this big old building. Nothing strange about that. Follow me. Oh, boy. Oh, look at these white people, too. Sorry. I mean, I'm sure I'm not saying there weren't white people, but it's just kind of just very interesting. They're white, but Ham's dark. Okay, anyhow. I don't know who the other lady was. Not sure. Okay, so Noah had a wife and 3 sons. His sons' name were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. I used to say Japheth, but now I think it's like Japheth. I think it's Japheth. Sorry. His sons' name were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and each of these sons had a wife. So there were 8 persons in Noah's family. God now had Noah do a strange thing. He told him to build a big ark. This ark was large like a ship, but it looked more like a big, long box. That is kind of strange. Make it 3 floors high, God said, and put rooms in it. The rooms for Noah and his family and the animals and all the food all of them would need. God also told Noah to fix up the ark so that no water could leak in. God said, I'm going to send a great flood of water and destroy the whole earth. Everyone not in the ark will die. Like, can you imagine if that is really what happened to God? Just as, hey, yeah, y'all are going to die. And I could just snap my fingers and make it simple, painless process. But in actuality, I spent 7 days, which could equal 7,000 years. Who knows how long these 7 days, but I spent 7 days toiling. 6 days toiling or whatever, so long that I had to rest on the 7th day to even create all these fantastical beasts and this paradise of an earth that just regenerates and heals itself. And now I kind of want to just start over. Like, yeah, I had to rest for a day because it was really just that hard work. But I think it would probably be best to just cause a deluge and just see what happens. Just see how good my work is. Like, can the trees come back? Can the land? I just want to test it. Like, what kind of douchebaggery spends 7,000 whatever years to create something just to put it all underwater? Please help me. Wait, what? It's the racist Disney crows? Wait, where's that? Oh, the ones the ones who sit on the line in the movies. Oy, Dios mío, I know. And who? I didn't know that's what it was back in the day, right? Ah, why, thank you. Thank you very kindly. Hey, aren't angels like Ken doll down south? Oh. Well, they had to have a way to reproduce. I don't know, unless when they made those bodies, they grew a penis. I don't know. It's the kind of stuff that they just don't teach us. And I feel like I just don't get it. Oh my God, that was a bad idea to take a sip of coffee and read that comment. For real though. Oh, wait. LOH. I guarantee this is what they did. They had a little plank with a hole, and you have to walk off the plank and just like hold your bum over the hole. And it just went into the water. Oh, but wait, what about all the animal poo? Okay, so the human poo. Okay, so we got the human poo, like we can kind of take care. But the animal poo, what you doing with the animal poo? Boy, you really got me thinking about all these questions. Right. He could have, but he wants everybody gone. Instead of just taking punishment on the beings he created that became a problem for us, he created the problem. And now we have to die because of his issue. It's always humans getting the wrath of God's mistakes, but the church never sees God making mistake. It's never him making mistake. All his things are thought out so well. No, the whole Bible is literally people trying to figure out what the F he's doing. Yeah. Oh, hey, Jay. He preached for all those years, but did they have room for more people? Because if the intention was to bring more people on there, was there too much space? Was there not enough? I never even thought about that. Yeah, like, oh no, shoot, Noah's been out there for like 2 hours on the plank. Like, come on, man. I gotta go. I gotta go right now. Okay. Have I gone too far? Do I need to scroll? Noah and son. Yeah, let me scroll just a scotch here. There we go. Noah and his sons obeyed Jehovah and started building, but the other people just laughed. Boy, look at those people laughing too. They're like, like it's not that funny, bro. If some dude was just building like a big box, I'd be like, okay, and we've seen buildings before, like the fuck. Okay, it's not that funny though. Sheesh. Sheesh. But the other people just laughed. They kept on being bad. Nobody believed Noah when they told him what God was going to do. Yeah, because who wants to believe that a loving God who toiled for 7,000 years or 7 days, whatever, to make the earth, now just wants to tank it? You could have just started all over with a whole nother universe, brah. The fuck? It took a long time to build the ark because it was so big. Finally, after many years, it was finished. Now, God told Noah to bring the animals into the ark. God said to bring in 2 of some kind of animals, both a male and a female, but other kinds of animals. God told Noah to bring in 7. God also told Noah to bring in all the different kinds of birds. So Noah did just what God said. So not only is he building this ark, now he's got to he's got a globe trot. How long did the globe trotting take? Or he only saved local animals, I guess. Are zebras local? Wait, hold on. Are zebras local to that area? Where did this happen? This is somewhere, is this near, this isn't near Turkey. No, this is more east. Does anybody know? But anyhow, I'm now curious to see the animals that they have, not that it matters, but like some of these animals that they have pictured. Wait, camels? Camels didn't come to, I think it was like 900 BC, camels first made an appearance in Canaan. So I don't even believe, am I wrong, y'all? Can somebody fact check me about some of these things that I'm saying? Oh, hey, good morning. How are you, G? It's good to see you. How are you? Yo, I was just talking about how none of this makes any goddamn sense. How none of this makes any goddamn sense. Just none of it. But people just seem to like, I don't get how people think this is a factual, but I'm pretty sure maybe you might know the answers about when camels came to the area. I thought for sure that that was one of the fallacies in the Bible when they said about some of the animals being mentioned, and one of them was, I'm pretty sure, was camels. Anywho, doesn't matter because none of this is real, so whatever. They took note in legit translation that says Noah must not have actually warned, preached to people because it says they didn't know. Yo, shut up. See, this is the stuff that you just don't get from the Christian perspective. There's so many details of this story that, like, and I believe that. I absolutely believe that God was like, nah, y'all are chosen. Fuck the rest of the world. Y'all are the ones I'm going to save. That's it. And because all the translations suck balls, we don't really know what it was supposed to say. I don't know that it would really help, but I mean, that's pretty freaking hardcore that God was like, yeah, I don't care. You're the ones I'm choosing. You got family. You can make kids. That's my requirements. Like, Lord. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing all right. Yeah. Thank you for telling me that. I'm going to have to write that down and do there's a lot of stuff that I still want to research. I mean, there's still stuff about the curse of Ham that I'm trying to get my mind wrapped around, but wow. Okay. So God told Noah to do all this shit with the animals. Afterward, Noah and his family also went into the ark. Then God shut the door. So God shut the door? Huh. Okay, so God shut the door. Inside, Noah and his family waited. Just imagine you're there in the ark with them waiting. Would there really be a flood as God said? Okay, well, first off, if God shut the door, you'd kind of think like, okay, well, I believe it. You know? Wait, what is this? Oh, that's me. Sorry. It was a little like alert thing, but it's not an alert thing. It's just the picture, and I'm special. So I would imagine if you're hearing God talking to you. So wait a minute. Did God deliver the message or did an angel deliver the message? Oh, wait, did y'all see the bear walking up in there? I just caught that. Look at the bear. The bear's so excited. He's walking on two legs. Oh, Lord Jesus. This just is too much for me. That was a big ass door. So I guess maybe God had to close it. He would have had to pull the ramp away and everything. Look at these freaking white people. I just can't. All right. So onward and upward. Away we go. So the next story is the actual flood. I wonder what it sounds like. Can I just play this for a hot second?
Story number 9. Noah builds an ark. Noah had a wife and 3 sons. His sons' names were Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Okay, well, Japheth, that's what I said. Because I think I used to say Jephthah. I think that's what I used to say. But then after doing some research, I was like, oh, shit, I think I'm fucking that all up. All right. I didn't like that voice, and I didn't like his breathing in between. Oh, boy. Look, it's a saber tooth. The saber-toothed tiger. Oh, it's extinct. God just extincted it. Okay. So now, outside the ark, let me make sure I can. Okay, so you see that picture, but I want you to see this picture because this is the one with the kids. It's the good one with the kids. Oh, is that the audio from the old? Oh my gosh. See, I didn't really hear it. We weren't fancy like that. I didn't have the audio cassette. So thank you. I don't know. God must have put a magic spell on them. It has to be magic, right? It has to be God because you don't have any other. God can do all those things, but he just can't freaking fix people's brains. He can make lions not eat people. He can make snakes not attack people. Or eat the animals on the ark. But he can't stop them from being a little bit bad. He can't even stop his angels from coming down here and harassing us and causing problems for us that now we get blamed for. Like, seriously, God, like, get your shit together. Like Yahweh, if I was your therapist, I would tell you that you really need to get your shit together. You need to think these actions through. Okay? Oh, my brother said in ancient Hebrew, waters means people, and the flood is supposed to be all the people heading to heaven. Oi, that's interesting. I wonder if that's, but it makes me wonder, is that in there? One does not know. One wonders. Oh, thank you, LOH. Thank you. I'm confusing my terrible biblical men. How dare I get confused with the terrible men in the Bible? I just, doit. Okay, so here we go. Let's get into this great flood. It's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Outside the ark, the people went about their life the same as before. They still do not believe that the flood would come. They must have laughed more than ever. But they soon stopped laughing. All of a sudden, water began to fall. It poured down from the sky as when you pour water from a bucket. Wowsies. Noah had been right, but it was too late for now everybody else to get in the ark. The door had been closed tight by Jehovah. Okay, so he shut that door. He sealed it up. He put some caulk on it. He put some bitumen, some pitch, caulked it up. Caulked it right up. Soon all the low ground was covered. The water became like big rivers. It pushed over trees and rolled around big stones, and it made lots of noise. The people were afraid. They climbed up to high ground. Oh, how they wished they had listened to Noah and gotten into the ark when the door was still open for them. But now it was too late. Oh, yeah. Well, see, you know what, LOH, I've said that too. Like the salt water and fresh water, you would, like, there's corals and there's fish. Like, it doesn't just work like that. Everything would die. The pH would change, and it would happen so fast that now if this happened over, like, whoever knows how long, obviously evolution could maybe help with some of that. But like, this is happening over, what is this, 40 days? Yeah, 40 days and nights that it rained. You're destroying ecosystems. Like, once you destroy these ecosystems, like, how are they coming back? Right? Hey, good morning. How you doing? Those poor monkeys, like, seriously, they become humans. And now they're looking at us going like, God damn, why'd we even evolve like this? Look what they're doing to us. They're killing us. They're killing us. The Hebrews are the Canaanites. All of Christian doctrine is a lie. I freaking know. I freaking know, man. It's frustrating because I freaking love learning about the Canaanites. I do, because, every society is fucked up. They do fucked up things. They do dumb shit. It's just freaking how people were, right? Back then. Look at us today. We're still doing fucked up shit. But the Israelites weren't a separate people. These were all the same freaking people. Some people worship Yahweh. Some people worship that. Some people worship the entire pantheon of gods, but they were all brethren. They all helped fight attackers. They all helped keep battle Syrians or battle Egyptians. These people fought together. Even though there was infighting, there was also the brotherhood where they would protect each other. Look at Phoenicia and Israel, and look how those nations started with Ahab and Jezebel marrying, and Solomon marrying the king of Tyre's. Like, this is all just how they built. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rampage, but they're all the same people. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm talking too much. Yep, basically. Pretty much. Pretty much. I know. It's deplorable. They got a child. Look, there's a kid right there on the rock. Tell me how you're pro-life. You're pro-life? This is a pro-life stance. I thought children were innocent. It's only they're innocent when they're inside the mom, and then once they're born, they're evil sinners with the evil tendency. I make it make sense. I don't freaking know. Wait, who tasted the rainbow? Well, now they have to eat the animals, of course, that they just saved. That's why the saber tooth went extinct. Bleep. I'm just kidding. You know, there are so many cool things that I've learned about, like the goddesses now, that I never would have known because the Bible always painted them to be so terrible. And the goddesses were so freaking cool. I mean, they were badass too. They killed, destroyed, whatever. But they also brought life and saved and rescued and protected, etc., etc. I mean, women are fucking dope as shit. Dope as fuck. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what is the right? Like, we get what the whole reason is, but really, what is the reason? What is supposed to be? Okay, so let's keep going. I'm sorry, because we're not even getting to the whole like curse part and all this other crap that happens. Okay. The water kept getting higher and higher for 40 days and 40 nights. The water poured out of the sky. It rose up the sides of the mountains, and soon even the tallest mountains were covered. So just as God has said, all the people and animals outside the ark died, but everyone inside was safe. Noah and his sons had done a good job building the ark. The water lifted it up, and it floated right on top of the water. Then one day, after the rain stopped falling, the sun began to shine. Oh, so the sun didn't shine for 40 days and nights, or are they just saying that there were so many clouds you couldn't see the sun? Just makes me wonder what what they're trying to say here. Good morning, Farron. How are you? Howdy doody. Good morning to you. Welcome to Apostate Church. Ramen. We're coming to learn how to be killed by God. It's really hard to do. It's a fine line because God doesn't want to kill us. So, you know, we just do dumb things. It's really hard for God to kill us, but just sometimes he's got to do it. Anyhow, so everyone outside died, but everyone inside was safe. Noah and his sons had done a good job building the ark. The water lifted up and it floated right on top of the water. Then one day after the rain stopped falling, the sun began to shine. What a sight it was. There was just one big ocean everywhere, and the only thing that could be seen was the ark floating on top. Oh, that's like a scary freaking thought. The giants were gone now. No more would they be around to hurt people. All of them had died along with their mothers and the rest of the bad people. Oopies, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not even. Wait, can we like pause for a second though? The giants were gone. That is a lie, because we know that when Moses sent the 12 spies, remember Moses sent the 12 spies to the land of Canaan to sniff out the land and see if it was good. They saw men that made them look like grasshoppers. Did you forget that, Dubs? Did you forget that, Dubs? Sorry, what am I doing? Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, the giants were Nephilim. Yes, me neither. I didn't remember the sun thing either. Yes, I got my coffee, but it's cold as shit right now because I've been talking for, have I been talking for 49 minutes? Oh my God. Isn't that the truth? And, you know, I feel like part of that is because I just need, I guess part of me feels like I need to understand stuff, like why they believe what they believe. But part of the frustration is realizing like a lot of it, there's no reason. Like, this is just made up. I mean, the giants weren't gone. The giants are still alive. They still talk. It's just, whew, okay. The fathers of the giants were not really human people like us. They were angels that had come down to live as men on earth. So when the flood came, they did not die with the rest of the people. They stopped using the human bodies they had made. Okay, so they made human bodies and went back to heaven as angels, but they were no longer allowed to be part of the family of God's angels. So they became the angels of Satan. In the Bible, they are called demons. So this is how demons are made according to JWs. So I have a question. One, is this the only demons that were created? So are demons solely created from this time period? So the number of demons that were created at that time from the angels that came down could only be but so many, because the population on earth was but so many, correct? Am I wrong? So if that's the only time the demons were made, I guess they never die because they're angels? So when Jesus cast out demons, they're just recycled from this time of the Nephilim. So these are just... So God left beings here on earth that even haunted his son when his son came. Like even his son, who's supposed to be a perfect being, had a hard time because of the beings that God allowed his creations to create and now terrorize us. Oh, do they now? Oh, hail to the now, because I got a shit ton of information that I researched about that. And that is false. Well, we all know that's, I mean, we all know it's false, but. So why did it take till 1914 to kick them out of heaven just to send them back to earth? So wait a minute. So do they teach that they didn't come down to earth until 1914? That's when God kicked them out of heaven? So I don't know how they translate these stories, because this is all like Christian mythology. These are inventions of the time, and obviously even 17th century invention, like 18th century when the J-dubs started formulating all these weird ass ideas that aren't even biblical. Oh, I just can't. As other scriptures show, but never except in this bad report, which was carefully couched as in language designed to strike terror and cause panic among the Israelites. Oh, so this is what they say. Nah. No, because I'm pretty positive. No, I've done the research. They're just lying. Okay. Oh, so frustrating. All right, so now they became the angels of Satan because God wouldn't allow them to be angels anymore. So now they're demons. So God now made a wind blow, and the waters of the flood began to go down. Well, where did they go? He blew it down into the earth? 5 months later, the ark came to rest on the top of a mountain. Many more days, and those inside the ark could look out and see the tops of the mountains. The waters kept going down and down. Then Noah let a black bird called a raven out of the ark. It would fly away for a while, and then it would come back because it could not find a good place to land. It kept doing this, and each time it returned, it would rest on the ark. Noah wanted to see if the waters had run off the earth. So next he sent a dove out of the ark. But the dove came back too because it did not find a place to stay. Noah sent it out a second time, and it brought back an olive leaf in its beak. So Noah knew that the waters had gone down. So what it's saying here is now the earth has been able to regenerate within, this is 5 months or so, it's saying. So after 5 months of catastrophe and having salt water mixed with fresh water. Okay. So it says olives are. So Noah knew that the waters had gone down. Noah sent out the dove a third time, and finally it found a dry place to live. So at that point, I guess the dove didn't come back, and that was the signal that, okay, all's well. Oh, hey, good morning. How you doing, Dr. Josh? Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. I am not an atheist. I am Satan himself, herself. I am actual Satan. Thank you. Didn't you know? Haven't you checked? Haven't you listened to the Christians who talk about me? I'm literally Satan incarnated. Ay, ay, ay. How are you doing? Good morning to you. I hope y'all are well today. All right, so this bird doesn't come back, so Noah knows that it's like cool. God now spoke to Noah. He said, "Go out of the ark, take your whole family and the animals with you." They had been inside the ark for more than a whole year. So it takes a whole year from start to finish that they have to live in this. They're living in a panorama. They're living in a pandemic, y'all. Flood 2020. Wait, flood 1400, 1200 BCE. Okay. So God now spoke to Noah. He said, "Go out of the ark, take your whole family and animals with you." And they had been inside the ark for more than a whole year. So we can just imagine how happy they were all to be outside and to be alive. Yes. After seeing all the, well, I don't know, would there be bloated bodies still? Would they have disintegrated by this time? I'm not sure what you would come out to after a flood like this. I'm just not. Oh, sorry, I didn't even scroll, so y'all didn't get to see that. So that's fascinating, right? That's pretty fascinating. Not. Okay, so now let's, y'all cool? Can we keep going? Do y'all mind if I keep going? Miss Satan, that's me. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I am a god. Does Satan call Jehovah his father? If Jesus was the architect of the other angels, is Jehovah Satan's grandfather? Wait, does Satan call Jehovah his father? I don't believe so. I do not believe so, but I do know that he's part of God's counsel, because in Job, like, he comes and walks up right next to him, like, with all his buddies, and they're like talking to each other, and he's kind of like helping them out. Like, yo, are you sure? Are you sure this is cool? I'm not trying to be mean, God, but I'm just saying, I'm not sure. That's a good question, Darth. I might have to look into that. Oh, magic floodwaters disintegrates the body. Okay. I wasn't sure because I've not been through a flood disaster as of yet. Let's hope I don't have to be. But Bible doesn't tell us, so I didn't want to assume, I don't want to be an apostate. Joke. I sure do. Yeah, burnt hot dogs. Then it would be truly Armageddon. If you see bodies that look like burnt hot dogs, then you know. Thanks, Tony Morris. Okay, the flood deliverance from Egypt. Oh, good. We get to learn about the first rainbow. Wait, when's the curse come? When does he curse Ham? Hold on. Okay, I think it's the next story. They might not discuss it in this. I'm not sure. Okay, so there's no picture here because this is just some kind of like interim thingy-mabobber. Don't know what you call it. Okay. Oopsie. Only 8 people survived the flood, but in time they increased to number many thousands. Then 352 years after the flood, Abraham was born. We learn how God kept his promise by giving Abraham a son named Isaac. Like, damn, they just trash Ishmael. Like, honestly, they trash Hagar. They trash Ishmael. Heartbreaking. Okay. We learn how God kept his promise by giving Abraham a son named Isaac. Then, of Isaac's 2 sons, Jacob was chosen by God. Jacob had a big family of 12 sons and some daughters. Jacob's 10 sons hated their younger brother Joseph and sold him into slavery in Egypt. Later, Joseph became an important ruler of Egypt. When a bad famine came, Joseph tested his brothers to see whether they had change of heart. Finally, Jacob's whole family, the Israelites, moved to Egypt. This happened 290 years after Abraham was born. For the next 215 years, the Israelites lived in Egypt. After Joseph died, they became slaves there. In time, Moses was born, and God used him to deliver the Israelites from Egypt. In all, 857 years of history are covered in part 2. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I do think they cut the curse. They may have the scriptures in there. I might have to look up the scriptures to try to see it. But that's a bit disappointing that they took that out. Not disappointing. I'm glad they took it out because you don't want kids reading this, but it's fascinating how they skipped that part. Okay, so let's go up to Noah. Noah. Where's the, am I, hello? Oh, I have to click, wait. Okay, so the first rainbow. I'm sorry, y'all. I was looking for the next button, but you had to click this. Oh, look at the rainbow. It's a reminder that God will kill you. It's a reminder that it will happen again. Don't you worry. God can make anything happen again. Okay. So, and y'all, if y'all aren't familiar with the story of Utnapishtim, the man who is Noah in the, is that Sumerian tale? But he also made a sacrifice to the gods as soon as the flood passed. And the gods smelled the meat and remembered, like, oh God, humans help, because the humans like did all the work for the gods back then. So when because they thought all the people were dead, but when they smelled the sacrifice, they were like, oh my God, that smells so good. Like, okay, maybe we can keep these humans around. So it's like so close to the other flood stories. Anyhow, okay. Boop, boop, boop. Do you know the first thing Noah did when he and his family came out of the ark? He made an offering or a gift to God. Yeah, he did. He sure enough did. You can see him doing this in the picture below. Noah offered this gift of animals to God for saving his family. To thank God for saving his family from the great flood. Do you think Jehovah was pleased with the gift? Yes, he was. He was like, yum, 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 yum. And so he promised Noah that he would never destroy the world again by a flood. Soon the land was all dried off, and Noah and his family began a new life outside the ark. God blessed them and told them, you must have many children. You must increase in numbers until people live all over the earth. You must, because I just killed everybody. So I'm going to kind of need you to like get to boning. Okay. Y'all need to get to the old. Sorry. Always got to talk about. Oh, hey. Apostate Church. Good morning. Praise Biddy. Praise Biddy. Good morning to you. Okay. Oopsie. Why'd I click that button? Don't know. Okay, but later when the people would hear about the great flood, they might be afraid that a flood like that would happen again. So God gave something that would remind people of his promises, never to flood the whole earth again. Do you know what he gave to remind them? Kids, do you remember? A rainbow, that's right. Good job. Good job. God gave us a rainbow as a reminder that he killed us all. I mean, as a reminder that he won't do it again. I did do it. Hey, remember that? I did kill everybody. I did. Don't forget I did. But I won't do it again. But don't forget. Yo, I need a t-shirt with a rainbow that says never forget. Nobody would get it. It's only me who gets this dumb humor. What am I doing? Okay, let's keep going. It was a rainbow, kids. Good job. A rainbow is often seen in the sky when the sun shines after it has rained. Rainbows may have many beautiful colors. Have you ever seen one? I've never seen one. Fucking hell. Okay, it's for kids. I guess this is why. Ay, A rainbow is seen in the sky when the sun shines after it has rained. Rainbows may have many beautiful colors. Have you ever seen one? Do you see the one in the picture? This is what God said. I promise that never again will all people and animals be destroyed by a flood. I am putting my rainbow in the clouds, and when the rainbow appears, I will see it and remember this promise of mine. I'll remember that I did. I won't do it again. So when you see a rainbow, what should it remind you of? Yes, God's promise that he will never destroy the world again by a great flood. Well, thank God Almighty for that. Thank goodness. Oopsie, I didn't scroll. Sorry, y'all. You had to look at the sacrifice. All right, so here's Ham. Here's the guy who takes the burden of the curse when like oi, oi, oi. It's wild, isn't it? It's so wild they do that. Drives me bonkers. Oh no. What did I just do? Oh, I started playing my live somehow. Mute that. Oh, that's so that way I could chat. But I don't need to do the chat in here because I can chat in the stream. Yeah, don't mind me. I can type here. Hi. I don't need to have that open. Okay, anyhow. So I wonder if it's Genesis 8 where the curse comes in. Should we go to the next story? Okay, so yeah, because they just skip it. Well, do y'all want to talk about the curse, or do you want to just keep it strictly men build tower? So now we would be on to the Tower of Babel. Or do you want me to get into the scriptures that talk about the curse? It's church, y'all. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't mean that he won't take us out by another way. Who knows? He could just catapult us out into space away from the sun and just into darkness, into oblivion, right? Could be. Yeah. It could be hellfire for all we know, raining down. I can do anything. Take a look. It's in a book. The old silver sword. What's the silver sword? What's the silver sword? The silver sword. Is there something about a penis? Is this something? All right, let's just go on to the big tower because I think I've talked plenty about the curse of Ham. Y'all know about the curse of Ham. Y'all know how it's disgusting and how it's not even. It is something that the Christians took and used as a way to enslave people. It's wild. It's freaking wild as fuck. Oh, shut up. Ew. Yeah, and the translation is decrepit. They add Jehovah's name like 100 plus times. It's not right. Isn't it over like 100 and something times they add Jehovah's name that where it doesn't even belong, like places where it's supposed to say Lord or God, and they just put, it's just dumb. It's horrible. Okay. Next story.
Men build a big tower. We could build this big tower, but now we're stupid because God has stopped us from being smart.
Oy. I love the Tower of Babel. Honestly, I think it's dope. I really wish I could have seen it in its heyday. Like the Hanging Gardens. Was that Nebuchadnezzar that built the Hanging Gardens? Ugh, honestly, like y'all, come on now. Come on. Okay. Men build a big tower. Many years passed. Noah's sons had lots of children, and their children grew up and had more children. Soon there were many people on earth. One of these persons was a great grandson of Noah named Nimrod. Okay. Nimrod. Oh, he was a bad man who hunted and killed both animals and men. Nimrod also made himself a king to rule over other people. God did not like Nimrod. That's weird because the Bible says that he was a great hunter before God. So, plot twist, liars. Jehovah God, all the people at that time spoke one language. Nimrod wanted to keep them all together so that he could rule them. So do you know what he did? He told people to build a city and a big tower in it. See them in the picture making bricks? Wowsies. Jehovah God was not pleased with this building. God wanted the people to move out and live all over the earth. Okay, so God is, wait. Are you telling me God is so dumb that he thinks that for eternity, people would reside in the city? Like it wouldn't get so overcrowded that people would have to eventually spread out, and that in actuality, maybe keeping people together and building a community to protect themselves would probably be the best way to stave off invaders. Okay, pressing on. Jehovah God was not pleased with this building. God wanted the people to move out and live all over the earth. But the people said, come on, let's build a city and a tower so high that its top reach into the heavens. Then we will be famous. The people wanted honor for themselves, not for God. Okay, well, first off, we've got taller buildings than this tower now. So are you saying that that's idolatry? Are you saying that God actually thought that you could reach God if you got high enough? So are you saying these people are stupid? Okay. Continuing. Then we will be famous. The people wanted honor for themselves, not for God. So God made the people stop building the tower. Do you know how he did it? By suddenly causing people to speak different languages instead of just one. So God can cause people to speak different languages, but he can't stop people from having sex with angel demons or the Nephilim or whatever the hell. He can't stop them from procreating, but he can change people's language. Just like that. Just like that. Yes. Good morning. Yeah. I used to ask way too many questions, and I didn't realize I was probably marking myself. I didn't know. I thought I was doing a good thing by asking questions. I thought I was educating myself, and I was probably just, Nope. I wonder how many children they all had. Also, if they were bad people, then that sounds like the flood just did it. Thank you. The reset button didn't reset shit. Like, don't people get this? The continuation of the starting over, knocking down, starting over, Garden of Eden, knocking down, starting, this is all not worked whatsoever. And God's plans just keep freaking failing, and they keep just trying. Yes. Thank you. They truly believed that there was waters so I don't know if y'all know, but the earth, they believed, was separated by two waters. And they thought that, back in ancient times, Apsu and Tiamat were the fresh waters and the salt waters, but there was a waters that was separated by the heavens, the arc of the heavens, and that's what caused it to rain. Is when God let that come down, the waters came straight down, not like clouds and shit. They just thought the world had layers, that it was flat. If you've never looked at one of the old school firmament pictures, you should pull. I guess I could pull that up. Should I pull one up real quick? Let me just pull up the firmament, because I didn't know the Bible was a flat earth book. But y'all, the Bible is a flat earth book. Hello. Right? Wild. Firmament. Oh, this is a good one, I think. Oh, it's freaking Wikipedia. Not that Wikipedia is bad, but that's not really what I wanted to do. Let me just go to the picture. Okay, here we go. I'll just go to the picture. And let me share this page now. Oh, big face. Hi there.
Good morning.
Chrome firmament. I could have just let y'all search for your... Sorry, y'all. Okay, so there's a firmament. So you see the chambers up in heaven there where the water's being held back. And you can see down here where there's Sheol. And then you can see down at the bottom where the great T-home, or really that comes from like Tiamat. And yeah, even though this is like shaped, oopsie, I'm hitting my microphone. Even though this is shaped in the round, that's not really how they, maybe this is a better picture. This is more how like kind of how they saw it. I think that's probably a better representation. What is this? No, I don't want no video. Oh no, help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Anyhow. Okay, now we can get off of this because I don't know what the hell's happening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, let's go back to sharing that screen. Okay. So that was a great point, LOH. Thank you, about the earth being considered a firmament. And they thought they could literally reach the heavens. So if that doesn't ring some alarm bells to people, it really should ring alarm bells to the accuracy of these stories and the validity of the stories, right? Yeah, he mixed up their language instead of collapsing the tower, even though he could. Yeah. The solutions are never solutions. They're just Band-Aids. It's really stinking weird. Good morning, Jonathan. How are you, buddy? How are you, my friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do you want to come on at all? You want to come on? We're just reading my book of Bible stories. Oh, I'm so sorry. We read about the Great Flood, Noah building his ark, the Great Flood, and the Nephilim. Now we're building a tower. Nimrod, who is a derogatory term. Like, y'all, they turned Nimrod into a derogatory term. And Nimrod is supposedly a person of color. He's not. The Bible nowhere says that he's black, but that's how that Nimrod term came about. It's like dumb, derogatory, you Nimrod. But the Bible literally says that he was a hunter before God. He was actually smart and a builder, craftsman. All this other shit was false information. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, honey. Well, I'm glad you're surviving. I hope you had yesterday off. Was it yesterday you had off? I hope you did. Anyhow. Oh, you just tried to... It's all right. I do stuff like that all the time. I don't know if it's because I'm high or I'm just that... Who knows? Okay, so here we go. God's not pleased. He changes the language. So God made the people stop building the tower. Do you know how he did it? By suddenly causing people to speak different languages instead of just one. No longer did the builders understand one another. This is why their city came to be called Babel, or Babylon, meaning confusion. It was actually Babalu. It's either, I think it's Babalu. What? Okay, doesn't matter. Anyhow, the people now began to move away from Babel. Groups of persons who spoke the same language went to live together in other parts of the earth. Okay, so people were just walking around going, okay, we're together now. It's you and me, buddy. It's you and me, pal. What if there was two people who only spoke the same language and it was two dudes? Now what? Now what? You think that didn't happen? That could have happened. So now what? God created gay people? I'm sorry. The whole thing is just so stupid. Okay. So what do we know about the actual, like, etymology? I've done a little bit of research into the Etemenaki and who actually built it, like the time frame it was built. So I'm pretty certain that Nebuchadnezzar took up the yes, LOH. I've tried to zoom in, I think, on my computer screen. I'm like, I don't got no goddamn touchscreen. The fuck am I doing? Oh, that's so fun. Right, Babalu. And it kind of, when I first learned that, I was like, I wonder if Babalu has any, probably not, but I wonder if it's like Babel, like, I don't know. Now I'm wondering like what he meant by Babalu. Yeah, they just picked him up and dragged him by their hair, right? Isn't that how it went back then? Isn't that how they, well, I'm sorry, I'm probably talking quite loud. I don't know why I'm talking so loud. Okay, so the Etemenaki, we're pretty certain that, not pretty certain, we have actually, I could pull it up. I believe the Nebuchadnezzar, is it a stele? Oh, it's called the Tower of Babel stele. It's in this Shoyan collection. The Shoyan. Now, why can't I just go to share? See, this is what I don't understand. I am now on a page I would like to share. Why can't I just click sharing this page? I have to click stop sharing or share different. It's just so stupid. I don't get why it makes me do that. Here we go. So this is the Tower of Babel stele. And this is where Nebuchadnezzar is talking about the reconstruction that he did of the tower, Etemenaki. So this would be the Tower of Babel that the Bible's talking about. Now, here's the thing that I didn't realize. I believe, if I'm correct, that Nebuchadnezzar brought slaves to, which was, I guess, that's what they did back then. I mean, the Romans took the Jewish slaves to build the Colosseum. So that's just, it's not right. I think that's bullshit. It's disgusting, but that's what they did. So there was a lot of slaves, enslaved Israelites, who were building this Tower of Babel. And so no wonder there's a big polemic in the Bible about it. And no wonder they don't even give the right person, this Nimrod person. Is Nimrod a real person? I don't believe there's any archaeological evidence that he's a real person, but the evidence that we do have points to the possibility of it being other related to like Sargon of Akkad, or one of his sons or grandsons, Naram Sin. I believe it's Naram Sin. It could be a culmination of a few people. But anyhow, the purpose of the story was to deter people from the beauty of the tower, the amazement, the work that went into it. It was probably one of the most awe-inspiring things you would have seen at the time. So no wonder the Bible writes the polemic about it, because people are being taken captive. I'm sure they're changing their language when they're being taken captive. I'm sure they're learning new customs. You know what I mean? All the stuff that happens when you're being enslaved. Is my computer running slow, y'all? I'm really sorry. I'm having such trouble with it. And there's not anything else I can even close. I don't think I even have anything that I can close down to stop running to make it run better. So sorry. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just yapping. Babel and Babel. I thought there was that. I think there is, LOH. Hold on. Let me look at my notes. I got notes here. I have a lot of different notes from the stuff. I don't know if I've written that down. See, Babylon didn't mean that. Actually, okay, so I don't think Babel meant that. but I believe that they were able to do like a punny thing with it. Oi, am I explaining this right? Son of a bitch. Anyhow, who cares? I can look into that later. Oh, I'm getting off this subject. Thank you. Good morning. Look at the trees. Look at the trees. Look at the coffee-fifis and the queefififis. Oh, theoretically. Good morning, theoretically. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, Babel is from Middle English, from Middle Low German, Babylon, Babylon, he's a Babylon, or an independent English formation as a frequentative based on the repeated syllable ba, 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 la, ba, 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 la, ba, ba. But I think the name, now I'm gonna have to take a look into. Anyhow, interesting stuff. But yeah, so it's like pretty dope that we have this stela to talk about the rebuilding. And I believe he even mentions, what god does Nimrod, is it Marduk? Marduk, loved by Marduk. Okay, so this was to Marduk, which is what I believe the Entomonaki was for Marduk. Or no, or was it originally for, I don't know. I'm not going to say shit that I don't know, but still freaking fascinating. And it is cool that the Bible talks about these stories. That's the thing. Like, this is a cool piece of information, because this was how some people were getting their, like, this was news, to, like, stories and news. And as one-sided as it was, it served its purpose, right? It's not accurate, but it's cool that and not saying that even this stela is 100%, who knows what he did or didn't build, or what he, was and wasn't, like, we have no idea. Everybody could have been lying, but it's fascinating to know, like, this building was talked about up until, who do y'all know who the historian was that wrote about it and said that it was real? Because we have no archaeological evidence, I guess, of the, like, hanging gardens or whatever being real, but it wasn't Alexander the Great, was it? I don't know. Anywho, doesn't matter. I must confuse their language, for if they can make this medium-sized building, they might be able to do anything. We have robots, right? I don't understand the logic of how people don't see this story and go, like, okay, this really doesn't make sense, because so morally, are we bankrupt? Because if the Bible is where we get our morals and we're building towers up into the sky, then are we not, like, going against God's standards and morals? Drives me freaking bonkers. Exactly. How does language evolve? God did it. Yeah, that's how the language, and I believed that story. I thought that's where all of the languages came from. Lord of mercy. Yeah. Thank you. Theoretically. Thank you kindly. All right. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Babylon. Oh, we have bricks. We have bricks. Like, I have bricks, but there's bricks and stuff that they found from, well, I think there's like a square, like, you can still see the square on the ground from satellite where it used to be. But I think there's still, like, bricks in museums and stuff, which I think is so freaking amazing. I mean, I don't like the fact that slaves helped to build it. I don't find that cool at all. That's the shit they did. Okay, do y'all want to keep going? Now we're getting into Abraham. Stop. Or do y'all want to call it a day? Are you done with my heathen church? Are y'all done with being heathens for the day? Are you ready to repent for your sins? Because what I really want you to take away from this is that even though God may send torrential downpour to kill you, even though God may create creatures that will pillage steal your body and your children, even though God will confuse languages so you can't get medical help and attention or food to even eat. Even though God will curse the land so that things are more difficult for you. Even though he does all those things, I need you to remember he loves you. And that's why he does it, because God is love. Thank you for coming to Apostate Church. Just kidding. Oh yeah, does anybody have any sources that proves it? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that please open your songbooks too. I don't even know what I'm saying. Hold on. Elder Satan, thank you. So camels, let's go to JSTOR. How about I go to JSTOR? Oh, actually here. Can you see me, JSTOR.org? I wonder if we can find it here. See, I don't even know what camel archaeological evidence. See, I'm typing too much words. Archaeological Canaan. I don't know if that's going to help. Sorry, y'all. No. Okay, I think once I maybe understand what I'm trying to search for, I probably could use JSTOR, but I probably need some more I need better terms. Archaeological evidence of camels in Yemen? I don't know what we're looking for here. Wait. Oh, okay, girl. Who said 9,000? Excuse me. Does anybody want to rewind the stream to when she said like 900 BCE? Just kidding. Although this is from National Geographic. I would assume this is fairly whatchamacallit? No. Are you kidding me? Eat my ass. National Geographic, you dumb diddly dumb darn doodly dag darn it. Okay, here we go. Baby locally. I can't talk. Abraham owned camels, yet archaeological research shows that camels were not domesticated in the land of Canaan until 10th century BCE. So somewhere around 900 the bobbity boops is when the camels start showing up. So not you, Abraham, about 1,000 years after the time of Abraham. Wait. Hold on. Erase. Hold on. When are they trying to say that? Hold on. When are they trying to say Abraham wouldn't have come to Haran, Canaan. Hold up. No, they wouldn't have come to, isn't it about like 1100 that would have taken place? Does anybody know? I feel like their time is off. Anybody? JW.org. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at my screen. I thought I was sharing my screen. Ay, Dios mío. Lord mercy. I'm so sorry. I think I need to be more high. I think the problem is I'm not high enough now. Before it was I was too high. Now I'm just not high enough. Okay. Yeah, right. But I'm pretty sure I'm 100% sure that I've done research on this. I don't remember where, but I've done a lot of different research and this sounds about right. I don't know when Abraham is supposed to have come, but I would not say that it's 1,000 years before. No, not even close. Not even close to that. But I guess I could see what they say about the rest of it. Exactly. He came from Mesopotamia, came to Haran, then, and just so y'all know, Haran was a big place for Sin. The god Sin, the moon god Sin. Sin was a big place of worship. So there was a lot of worship of celestial bodies back then. So Abraham was absolutely worshiping like the moon and the sun and that kind of shit. That's what they did. Trying to act like they were worshiping this foreign dude named Yahweh. Boo honky. He didn't come around till like, I don't know. What is that, 900 or something? Who knows? Anyway, okay. When were camels first domesticated in Mesopotamia? Let's see. See, they're saying Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Rebecca, and Israel and Rachel have been traditionally dated to 2000 to 1600 BCE. Camels appear in Mesopotamian sources in the 3rd millennium BCE. Before this period, however, the mere presence of camels in sources did not necessarily mean that camels were domesticated. The question remains, when were camels domesticated in Mesopotamia? In his excavation of camel domestication history, Chavalis looked at a variety of textual, artistic, and archaeological sources from Mesopotamia dating to the 3rd centuries and 2nd millennia. We will examine 5 of these sources here. One of these first pieces of evidence for camel domestication comes from the site of Eshnunna in modern Iraq. A plaque from the mid-3rd millennium shows a camel being ridden by a human. Another source is a 21st century BCE from Pazrish Dagan in modern Iraq that may record camel deliveries. Third, in 18th century BCE, text quoting from earlier 3rd millennium texts from Nippur that in modern Iraq says the milk of the camel is sweet. Oh, interesting. Might put some in my coffee if you don't mind if I do. Having walked in many surveys through camel herds in Syria along the middle Euphrates River, I believe that this text is describing domesticated camel. Who would want to milk a wild camel? At the very least, the Bactrian camel was being used for dairy needs at the time. Next, an 18th century BCE cylinder seal depicts a 2-humped camel with riders, although this seal's exact place of origin is unknown. It reputedly comes from Syria and resembles other seals from Alalak. Why was that so hard for me? A site in modern Turkey near Turkey's southern border with Syria. Sorry, y'all. Finally, a 17th century text from Alalak includes a camel's list in a list of domesticated animals that required food. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I don't believe this. They're trying to say that it had taken place in Mesopotamia by the time of Abraham. I don't know. I don't know how much I believe in that. I think this might be one of them. I feel like this may be one of those apologetic sites. I'm gonna have to do some real research in that, y'all. But I'm pretty sure that. See, I don't even think the patriarchs were. Okay, this is something I think I'd have to do later because I feel like why is there so much involved? So much. Okay, so this says 11th to 9th century. I bet you Pat would know the answer on that because Pat is an archaeologist. So I have a feeling he would know. Good morning, Dandy. Good morning, Dandy. Are you picturing the camels? The camels up in the truck? Oh no, I don't. You're not sidetracking me at all. I don't have a track. I literally have 0 tracks. I'm just talking. Do y'all want to stop for the day? Are you done with your apostate food, your spiritual food from God, directly from Satan to you through me? Nothing surprises me anymore because nothing of what I thought is good morning, former to free. How are you? Because nothing is what I thought it was, absolutely nothing. Do you want to go on to Abraham and talk about him selling his wife twice? We could talk about him selling his wife and then going to killing his kid. It's always a good time. Okay. I honestly am frustrated. Oh, wait. View tab, StreamYard.com. Okay, but why can't I share? Why don't you make this just easier for me to share a different tab? Why do I have to come down to the share? Oh, wait, can I share another screen? No, it won't let me. Look at me getting all excited. Think I figured something out. Like, no, bitch, you didn't figure shit out. You didn't figure out anything. Okay, stop sharing. Let's go to the next page and let's share screen. There we go. Look at him, Abraham. Just a handsome fella. Just, Abraham can't help that he's a bit afraid. And sells his wife. Why? Tell me this. Why would Abraham think that God would protect him? I mean, come on, that's just silly. It's absolutely silly to think that God could protect Abraham. God sucks. You shouldn't have to sell your wife, Abraham. And you shouldn't have to murder your kid. Did y'all know, like, that whole story, the reason that story is in there because they were killing their kids. They were sacrificing to their God. But that's what they did back then. They probably did the same thing. Like, there was other gods they sacrificed to that they sacrificed their children to. We have an example of a king sacrificing his kid, Chemosh, when the Israelites were attacking them. This was what he did. It's a cover-up. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm yapping. Take me to church. Oh, no worries. Don't you worry at all. It was so funny? We didn't even realize it was a show about bridging. I thought it was a show on women in the Bible. And then I found out it was about like bridging the gaps between like Amish and really knowing the truth about the Amish and what they are and what they do. And I'm really glad I got to talk to that person because a lot of stuff I didn't know. And there's a show called Sins of the Amish on Peacock. If you can watch it, I'm going to watch that today. I was going to watch it yesterday, but I didn't have time. But I'm going to watch that today about Sins of the Amish because I kind of really feel bad for them. I didn't realize like just how secluded they are and how dangerous it is for them. Like it's really dangerous for them. And you think that JWs are silenced? I mean, they are secluded from the freaking world. It's like, Jesus Christ. I didn't even realize how bad it was. Anyhow, here we go. Oh, you know Mary? Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I just met her. I just met her last night. That was the first time. Like I said, I had no idea that that's what the show was. And I was so happy because I have a lot of experience with Amish people because we live in an Amish area. So I was always knocking on Amish people's doors. I had Amish friends. I went to school with some Mennonites and things like that. But I think that America gets a super romanticized version of who the Amish are. And I didn't believe just how much, I didn't realize just how much I'd fell for it. And now I have a completely different perspective and I want to be a bit more educated. So that way, if I see things or hear things, I want to be more, I want to be able to speak up about it. Anyhow. Oh, okay. So Gehenna does refer to a mountain, Mount Gehenna or whatever. I'm sorry, not Mount Gehenna. Gehenna was a place where they would sacrifice to false gods and stuff, but I do believe that it was a place of like trash, all the above. I don't know if it was a place where they used to sacrifice kids and then they turned it into a trash dump, or it was like a trash dump that they turned it. Like, I don't really know. That's something that I need to research a bit more when it comes to Gehenna. But I do know that the New Testament takes Gehenna out of context and turns it into this afterlife where people get burned, and it really was a physical location where they would do like bad stuff like sacrificing their kids, and it was a trash dump, and it was a place where fires were always burning. So it was like kind of like a yucky place to be. It's not a place you'd want to be for all eternity, right? So they took a story, a literal place, and turned it into a story. Excuse me. Anyhow, yes, y'all need to check out Mary from Misfit Amish. That is their tag on TikTok, Misfit Amish. And they have a lot of good information on there. And you really should check out the show on Skeptic Haven. That's where the interview was last night, on Skeptic Haven. And go subscribe to Skeptic Haven too. They have a lot of excellent content that they're putting out. So much excellent content. And I was on there with I Blame Bill, Jagazis, Correa, Sunny, and Mary. Was that it? I think that was it. Anyhow. Oh, absolutely. You let me know. I'd love to. The Amish it's really different, and I feel bad that I didn't know just how bad it could be. Ugh. Yuck. Anyhow. Okay, so Abraham. Let's get to this guy. Let's get to this gem of a man. Foundational character. The foundational character of the Bible. And I just think he's an utter piece of shit, and I don't care. I don't feel bad for saying it, that he's an utter piece of shit. Okay. And here we go, Apostate Church. One of the places where people went to live after the flood was called Ur. It became an important city with some nice homes in it, but the people there worshiped false gods. That was the way they did it in Babel too. The people in Ur and Babel were not like Noah and his son Shem, who kept on serving Jehovah. Boy, God is not getting it very good with these people he's choosing. Sheesh. Finally, 350 years later, after the flood, faithful Noah died. It was just 2 years later that a man you see in this picture was born. He was a very special person to God. His name was Abraham. He lived with his family in that city of Ur. Wait, I thought Abraham and Noah lived at the same time. Anybody? Can anybody correct me on that? Did any? Oh, you know what? I need to sign up to their Amish. Sorry, I need to follow their YouTube. What is wrong? I'm not high enough. Sunday morning. Leave me be. Okay. Okay. So 2 years later, the man in the picture you see was born. He was a very special person to God. His name was Abraham. He lived with his family in that city of Ur. One day, Jehovah told Abraham, leave Ur and your relatives and go to a country where I will show you. Did Abraham obey God and leave behind all the comforts of Ur? Yes, he did. And it was because Abraham always obeyed God. And it was because Abraham always obeyed God that he came to be known as God's friend. Excuse me. Some of Abraham's family went along with him when he left Ur. His father, Terah, did. So did his nephew, Lot. And of course, Abraham's wife, Sarah, went too. In time, they all arrived at a place called Haran, where Terah died. They were far away from Ur. After a while, Abraham and his household left Haran and came to the land of Canaan. There, Jehovah said, this is the land I will give to your children. Abraham stayed in Canaan and lived in tents. God began to help Abraham so that he came to have great flocks of sheep and other animals and hundreds of servants. But he and Sarah did not have any children of their own. When Abraham was 99 years old, Jehovah said, I promise that you will become father to many nations of people. But how could this happen since Abraham and Sarah were now too old to have a child? Okay, so first off, it wasn't Jehovah that called Abraham out of Ur. It was El who called Abraham out of Ur. Splain? Splain? David Splain? Am I supposed to splain something to you? What am I splaining to you? Don't let me forget that I need to follow them. I'm afraid to open YouTube because it might crash my broadcast because my computer's is struggling. Okay, so do y'all want to see that or do you believe me? I'm sure y'all know that. Do y'all know that now that Abraham was actually worshiping the Mesopotamian gods? So Abraham was worshiping that family of gods. So he probably was worshiping Sin, the moon god, who knows, Anana. I mean, we don't know, but well, actually, we kind of do know. Abraham also planted a tamarisk tree, and that is not likely. It is. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop. No, he planted a tree, and trees are planted for Asherah. So So when he planted that tree, that was a representation of the goddess. So Abraham worshipped other gods. So it's weird to me that they consider him a foundational character when he was, for all intents and purposes, a heathen. He was henotheistic or polytheistic. I honestly don't even know what he was. More than likely, he was polytheistic. So El is the God who called him down because it says El. And, oh, thank you. Look at the trees. Thank you so. You know what? I think they put shh on the stream. You know what? I'm just going to say them for now because don't matter. Thank you. Good point. Let me take a sip of water. So El is the God who calls Abraham down out of Haran and into Canaan. And it's like, okay, so this is going to be like where you live. This is going to be your land. So he's with his lot. He's with his family. He's with all these people. And guess what? He's still a PAB. A pussy ass bitch. Sorry. Oh, shit. They don't even tell us the parts. Oh, okay. So they don't even tell us about the parts where he's traveling. And I'm guessing it's in Genesis. Do y'all want to read that part? Or should I just tell you the story? So he sells his wife to the Pharaoh. And he also sells his wife to a king. I forget. He sells his wife to 2 different powerful men. And each time, like a curse comes upon the house. And the king's like, what the hell? I would have let you go. And Abraham's like, well, I was afraid. So I sold my wife to you and pretended she was my sister. So now that the king gets cursed, he gives back Sarah, and he even gives Abraham money, gives him like a lump sum of money and stuff. So Abraham gets rich from selling his wife. And then he sells her again. He sells his wife a second time. And again, the same thing happens. Similarly, another thing happens where he gets money, he profits from selling his wife. Okay, so this is the caliber of, yes, and it's his, yes, thank you. It's also his half sister. So we can't forget that these are, it's really like just yuck, yuckity duck. Yuckity duckity duck. Okay, so poor Sarah. I mean, we have to put ourselves, yes, yep, I forgot that part. So we have to put ourselves into Sarah's shoes. Her husband, her brother, okay, they're being raised as brother and sister. Sorry, there's no halfsies. No, it's not really halfsies. That's your brother. So and she's younger, obviously, because that's just how it is. Only 12. How many years is it? He's 99 when she gets pregnant and she's 80 or something like that. Okay, so she's like 15 years younger than him. So we have to imagine that she's probably like 15 years old and he's 25, 30, right? So older brother. So maybe not even like a brother, maybe because they weren't really, I'm sorry, y'all, this could be like trigger warning for people. So anyhow, they finally get to Canaan at some point. And God tells them, you're special. You're going to have a long lineage, a powerful lineage coming from your family. And I mean, he's not wrong if the story, okay, I'm sorry, I guess we should show that picture. So here's Isaac. So here's his son that he proceeds to follow God's orders. So here's a man who just does what God orders him to do regardless. There is no such thing as morals when it comes to God. What God tells you to do is the moral thing to do. So if that's to flood people, kill people, that's just what's expected of you. Hello there. Good morning. How are you? Gore the God Butcher. Please don't butcher me. I am a God. Please don't butcher me, okay? I'm just kidding. Okay, so here we go. Ooh, what is Abraham doing here? I'm going to scroll down just a scotch so we can read a bit more. Can you see what Abraham is doing here? He has a knife and it looks as if he's going to kill his son. Why would he ever do that? First, let's see how Abraham and Sarah got their son. Okay, so first off, it's really cool that kids get to see these pictures and a dad tying up a child and covering their eyes so they won't see that they're going to be murdered. Really good kid story. Love it. No trauma. I am not traumatized. Why would he ever do that? First, let's see how Abraham and Sarah got their son. Remember, God promised them that they would have a son, but that seemed impossible because God and Sarah were so old. Abraham, however, believed that God could do what seemed impossible. So what happened? After God made his promise, a whole year passed. Then when Abraham was 100 years old, Sarah, that's a long ass promise, y'all. A year? Whew. He was asking for patience. I mean, so how do we know even God did it? Maybe Sarah just got freaking pregnant. If it takes God a year to make a promise come true, like what was he waiting on? Like what was the hold up? You know what I'm saying? Why, thank you. I will put my God. Is that the goddess wave? Probably not. Actually, you know what? That is the Hamsa. That is a blessing. You know, and I want to do, you know, I think I'm going to talk about that on Biddy Buddha channel when we do our magic show. I think it's going to be Friday that we're going to do it. But I want to talk about the Hamsa, like the blessing of the Hamsa and like upside down, what it means up and down. Just because the goddesses are pictured a lot with the blessing. Erase, erase, erase. Keep going. So where did I go? Where did I go? Okay, after God made his promise, a whole year passed. Then when Abraham was 100 years old, Sarah was 90 years old, and they had a baby boy named Isaac. God had kept his promise. But when Isaac had grown older, Jehovah tested Abraham's faith. He called Abraham. He called Abraham. He called Abraham, and Abraham answered, "Here I am." Then God said, "Take your son, your only son, Isaac, and go to a mountain that I will show you. There, kill your son and offer him up as a sacrifice." Now, it says that these words made Abraham sad. I did not get that inclination. I need to go to this scripture and see, because I didn't get that unless I just misread it. Genesis 21. is it in here? I'm not going to share this page yet just because, sorry, because it takes me 10 minutes just to share. La, 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 la. Okay, where is the goddamn... Where does it say? Oh, maybe it's in 22. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Trying to find where it tells him to go up the mountain. Oh, here he is. Okay, here I am. Here I am. Send me, send. Oh, wait a minute. Ew. Wait. Y'all remember the JW? Y'all remember the JW song, Here I Am, Send Me? Is part of that in reference to Abraham saying, here I am, God. You called me to kill my child. I'm here. I grew up with this book. Once my daughter turned 2, I started reading it to her until I realized how sick and twisted this book really is. Well, I have to tell you, this is my book from my childhood, and I saved it because I wanted to read it to my kids. And I did read it to them a little. I did read it to them some. I don't think I did it anywhere near like I had read it, because I started to realize, like you said, how sick it was, and it wasn't age appropriate for children to learn this kind of stuff, even though those, parents will say that it is age appropriate. When it comes to God, everything's age appropriate because you get your morals from God. So if God says you kill your child, then that's just what you do. Right. Like, it's just like no big deal. Like, my only kid. Not his only kid, but anyhow. Oh, that's right. I was looking for the verse. Okay, so sometime later, God tested Abraham. He said to him, Abraham, here I am, he replied. Then God said, take your son, and this is Genesis 22, if you want to look. Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac. Now, why did he lie? He said, take your son, your only son. That's not his only son. So why was... This is so fucking weird, bro. And like, they just try to erase like he didn't exist. And then when they do want him to exist, they pull him in. And go to the region of Moriah, sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain. I will show you. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and loaded his donkey. He took with him 2 of his servants and his son Isaac. When he had caught enough wood for the burnt offering, he set out for the place God had told him about. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw a place in the distance. He said to his servants, stay here with the donkey while I and the boy go over there. We will worship and then we will come back to you. Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and placed it on his son Isaac, and he himself carried the fire and the knife. As the 2 of them went together, Isaac spoke up and said to his father, Father? Yes, my son, the fire and wood are here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Abraham answered, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. And the 2 of them went on together. Okay, nah. You are not going to try to tell me that Abraham was sad. There was nothing in that story that I just read that was sad. God said, Abraham said, here I am. Then God said, take your son, sacrifice him. It cuts off. No story, no nothing. It says, early the next morning, Abraham got up and loaded his donkey. Can you show me the part where Abraham says he's sad? He's not sad. The next morning, dude got up and was like getting his servants and his donkey ready to go murk his kid. Oh, thank you, LOH. I always forget to tell people to do that stuff. Thank you. If y'all wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe and click my bell. You can ring my bell. So no, there was zero hesitation. Abraham was happy to drag his son up the mountain and murder him. Yikes on bikies. But when he got to the mountain, Abraham tied up Isaac and put him on the altar that he built. Then he took out the knife to kill his son. But just at that moment, God's angel called, Abraham, Abraham. And Abraham answered, here I am. Don't hurt the boy or do anything to him. Psych. God said, now I just know that you have faith in me because you have not held back your son, your only one from me. Okay. So y'all, this was what they did. And there are even scholars who believe that Abraham actually did kill his son. That if you read the verses, that in that story, Isaac never comes down from the mountain. Now he does continue in other stories, but those stories are probably written at different times. So are these real people? Did he really die? Were stories made up after that he died because they were upset that he did die? Right? So if in this time frame, I don't know, 1000 something BCE, if it's customary to make sacrifices of your children to God, if your Bible has to write laws to stop people from sacrificing their children, like they had to physically write the laws because it was happening. Because at some point they believed it's what God wanted. It's in black and white. It's in black and white that this is something that God required. Now, he might have changed his mind this time, and maybe he didn't change his mind this time. We really don't know. So, I was going to say something else about another scripture. Shoot. Oh, I was going to read. Did I even finish this? I don't know. Did I finish reading the story? I don't. Y'all, I can't even remember if I finished it. What great faith Abraham had in God. He believed that nothing was impossible for Jehovah, and that Jehovah could even raise Isaac from the dead. So now they're trying to say that, okay, so even if Abraham did kill him, he believed that Isaac would be raised from the dead. So even if he killed his son, it wasn't a big deal. Bro. That's wild. I didn't even realize all these nuances in here. As a child, you just don't see this. Okay, but it wasn't God's will for Abraham to kill Isaac, so he caused a sheep to get caught in some nearby bushes, and he told Abraham to sacrifice it instead of his son. So that's the story that we're left with. But as we see on the Mesha stele and the Moabites, and I believe it's in Kings, the king sacrificed his kid, not the Mesha stele, but the Moabites worship Chemosh, and the king sacrificed his child to Chemosh. So yeah, probably what's happening. Yikes. That's right. Any XJW video you see, boop. Whew. Okay, well, y'all, I've already done Lot's story. Maybe it's time to wrap up because I've hit this part of the book. I didn't do Isaac gets a good wife. When Isaac I think he marries his relative, right? Some of his relatives from Haran, where his father had lived for some time. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I think the takeaway from this is these aren't people who are forefathers that deserve to be worshipped. I mean, it's cool if they have stories and you feel like it gives an idea of how the people came to a land, but you have to remember it really is not the truth. There's no guy named Abraham that existed. There's no Isaac. There's none of this stuff. There's no Noah. These stories have such similar backgrounds and ideas from other ancient stories that have been passed around. Nothing wrong with it, but damn, it is not for kids. This is not age appropriate. Oh, at some point we got to get to my queen. I have so much, y'all, I have so much content to produce. I feel like I can't even get started. I have Jezebel, I have the gods, I have JW stuff. And then I have my stuff on the Biddy Buddha channel. I have 2 shows on there that we're going to be doing. It's just a lot. You know what? Let's talk about this because I have a question about animal sacrifice. So the whole idea of sacrificing animals is just weird. God said, just kidding about your son. Hey, look, an animal. I love the killing part. Go ahead and slaughter it because blood. Exactly. So as far, you know what? We should do that. We should do like a Jezebel cosplay show and do like Bible readings and tear the Bible up. Somebody do it with me. No, but seriously, what is the purpose of killing an animal? Because I don't understand. Because the God doesn't eat it. So are you telling me back in the day that people killed the animal because they thought it was something that the God would eat? So they used to think that God was eating these animal sacrifices? Was God going to eat Isaac? Can we talk about this? What was the plan, Stan? What's this? What is the sacrifice for? Is the sacrifice to... I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Thank you. It is a good place to be. I just feel like I'm struggling to get to get it out of me. I don't know why. I have zero. I couldn't tell you. I have sewing I want to do. I have writing I want to do. I have editing I want to do. I'm trying to learn how to animate in Keynote. And I think that's what did it to me. Because I get easily sidetracked. So I started learning how to animate in Keynote. And now I just want to learn to make things. So that way I can make things for my presentations. And I'm like, but it's going to take me a while to get to a point where I feel good enough to do it. So it's like, I just got to make the videos and just suck at the editing and just let it be. I don't know. Ah! Jesus, save me, Jesus. It's a blood cult. I don't understand how people don't see that it is a blood cult. The whole reason that Cain wasn't worthy of God is because he sacrificed fruits and veggies, right? I guess I could just go to that picture, couldn't I? Where's all the other ones? Can you just give me the whole, how do I see the whole? Oh, here we go. Table of contents. A good son and a bad one. The good son and a bad one. Yeah. Wait, where's story 6, y'all? Why you go from 1 to 2 to 6? Help me out here. Why you did? Oh. Huh? The hell? What the hell kind of... why are they making shit hard for me? They really just making it because I'm really that... There's 6. Holy bejesus. This was not fun. Okay, it's right here. In black and white. This actually is a colored picture. This picture has color. Mine doesn't have very much color. But dude was murked because God liked him better. Cain could never, ever, ever appease God. I just threw that one. Let me stick it in the hole. But he was never going to get the approval of God because God don't like fruits and veggies. He wants that meat. He wants that blood. Yeah, he is not a vegan. He wants... but it's weird because... did people really believe that the gods were eating the... because, okay, remember, like I said, in Utnapishtim, after the flood, and he survived and came out of the ark, and he made that sacrifice, and the gods smelled it, and they were like, oh my God, that smells so good. We're so hungry, because the gods ate. And that's what they used to think. So to be fair, if you're sacrificing your children to Yahweh, then isn't he not eating them? Help me out. Somebody tell me. Tell me. Because I am thoroughly confused. Little cup of horrors. Oh, 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 oh. Yo. That does kind of look like a pre-rainbow, doesn't it? And it's shining down on the blood sacrifice. And why is Cain so beefy? Like, doesn't he just look a little more beefier compared to his brother? Why'd they have to? Like, he's just looking all bad. But he didn't. Exactly, right? Okay. Because, thank you, Gore, the God Butcher. Because you remember in, okay, so y'all remember what Jezebel, when Elijah, I don't remember if it's Elisha or Elijah. I get them confused, and I'm sorry. Elisha calls all the prophets of Baal to the mountain. You remember when they did that? And then they were having this battle of like the fire, like the sacrifice. And Baal didn't like the sacrifice. But supposedly Yahweh, even after water had been dumped on his sacrifice, he still lit the fire and consumed the sacrifice. So, y'all, God straight up was eating people. Is that why he killed all the people in the flood? Did he eat them? That's why there were no bodies. God ate them all. Oh my God. I don't want to see anymore. Take me away, Calgon. Did I just? Yo. Such strange stuff. But see, this is the fascinating part. We should be talking about it as stories. We should be talking about this like we talk about the Real Housewives, and we dissect the way people act and their behavior, right? Like, this should just be like some trash TV, like trash TV from, 1,000, 2,000 years ago. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be us going like, oh, this is how we should act and how we should behave. We should create sacrifices. Okay, so why aren't we doing sacrifices? Like, what the fuck? Oh, thank you. It's Elijah with the je. I always get them confused. And what was the purpose? And you know what? The theophonic name of this, y'all, did y'all know this is a double theophonic name? So this is El, and this is Yahweh. Elijah. This is El, and this is Yahweh's name together. So, who were they worshiping? Do 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 do, no do do do, right? Like hello, and there's others. Eliyahu. I think that's another name. That's to 1 Kings 18:20. Let's do it. 1. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's do it. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. Y'all like my shiny shirt? This shirt is so freaking old. I have like the craziest closet in the world. It's a goddamn shiny shirt, and I'm wearing it like it's pajamas. I don't care. Judge me now. Here we go. What do I have? Let's go to the NS. Let's go to this one. Da, da, da. Oh, wait, not that one. Hold on. I don't think that's the one I want. Is this the one I want? Now I forget which one I want. Let's just use this one. Okay. So Ahab sent to all the Israelites, and I assembled the prophets at Mount Carmel. That's right, at Mount Carmel. And oh, that's right. Okay, so here's the part in verse At 27, at verse 27, this is where they say that he might be taking a shit. And it really pisses me off that they change it and say that he's busy, because busy, it means he's shitting. If we could get like a really good translation, he's on the toilet. And there are other verses, there are other translations that do say he's relieving himself, he's on the toilet. There are so many like funny and punny things in the Bible that we don't get, like, because we're not Jewish and we don't get the language and we don't get there's just so many like funny like things. Like that would have been funny. Like if I was battling with somebody and their God didn't show, I would have been like, maybe he's taking a dookie. Funny. On the rocks were alive, the dead bodies of giants are all over the earth. They're hidden planet. You want to see it, you can't unsee it. Dead bodies of giants are all over the earth. I'm not saying that I don't believe you, but I've looked into some of these archaeological findings and I think it's a lot of hullabaloo. I'm not saying I won't do research. I am not saying that. I'm not saying there aren't people who are abnormally tall either. But again, when you look at the Bible and the way that they tell the story, they say the giants died in the flood, and then they show up again books later. It's just, and then they say that King David killed Goliath, right? They say King David killed Goliath, and then we find in Chronicles, I believe Chronicles or Kings, that it was actually Elhanan, so another man named Elhanan, another god entirely, Elhanan. So this man is actually the one responsible for killing Goliath. So who is it, right? So even in the Bible, the stories are told differently because it was never meant to be. I don't know. I'm not saying I won't research. At some point, I might do that. You know what? I was wondering that too. I was absolutely, well, number one, I don't believe the story at all. And you know what frustrates me about this story that I want to tell y'all? So this is when Ahab and Jezebel ruled. Okay. So Jezebel was a Phoenician princess from the Tyre or whatever. So she is married off to Ahab. She worships Asherah, the Baals. I mean, she worships all these gods. And so does Ahab. They all do. They try to make it seem as though Yahweh is the only one being worshipped. It's absolute utter bullshit. Okay, so Ahab's worshiping these gods too. Now, they call all the prophets of Baal to this area, and the queen isn't there. So first off, that's disrespectful, because if she's the one who's bringing these prophets or whatever, if they think that she's the one who's doing all this, she really wasn't. They were already there. But you killed like her people, dog. And we don't even know if any of this happened. This could be the story that they told her, because we learn later that they do it again, that they lure the prophets inside the temple and then slaughter them. Okay, so what we have are stories told by people who wanted to get rid of the females who were empowered. Jezebel was a powerful woman who had a lot of business dealings. She had her own seal that we found in archaeology. So she's a powerful woman who can do things on her own. So they did something very disrespectful by taking her prophets and murdering them without her being present. So we have zero idea that this story really even happened. And we can corroborate later again in the Bible that they murdered her prophets by lying and saying that they were going to do a sacrifice and come together. So to me, it's the biblical authors and these men who are the disgusting, abhorrent people, because they are okay with murder. The only point where Jezebel started to take a stance and started pushing back is when they murdered her people. So they say she's a bitch, she's a whore, she's a whatever. She's a fucking powerful queen. You murdered her people. It's disgusting. And then you think that she's not supposed to retaliate. She's supposed to sit there and take it. No, she's not going to sit there and take it because she's a queen. And you're just a stupid prophet of a dumb fucking god. Anyhow. Ugh. Yeah, it does. It says that they were on the but they try to, like, my book of Bible stories says that they are completely gone. It's like, did you forget the parts where they're not gone? Did you forget the parts where David killed a giant? Like, it doesn't click for them. And it didn't click for me. So I guess I can't be angry at the fact that it doesn't click, right? Okay, so where did we leave? Oh, I just closed the book. I don't even know where the hell I left off. Oh, I was just talking about Cain and Abel. And then I started talking about blood. I have no idea how I got onto Jezebel. Somebody showed me First Kings and we started talking about the prophets being killed. And then, anyway. Anywho, y'all, I keep saying I'm going to stop. Should I stop here? Is this where I should stop? Because I've literally gone back in time to Cain and Abel. Oh, you know what I did want to read to y'all? I wanted to read where Abraham planted the tamarisk tree. Abraham. Oh, I got hiccups. Sorry. Sorry. Genesis 21:33. Oopsie, let's go here. Hi, Puppy Brown. What's she doing, puppy boy? Huh? Okay, so here we go. This is when Abraham, I think this might be sometime around the time where Abraham goes to meet the, we never read the Hagar story and poor Ishmael, and how Hagar gets like bought from Egypt. I think she gets bought from Egypt one of the times where Abraham sells his wife. So he's selling his wife, buying another wife. Like, something don't add up. Brother. So somewhere around here is where Abraham's getting blessed by Melchizedek, the king of Salem, the high priest of Salem, king of Salem. Okay, 33. Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba and there called on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. Okay, well, just so you know, planting a tree is something you would do in worship of Asherah. So in all likelihood, that was worshiping another god. Nothing to do with Yahoo. Or, I mean, maybe it was Yahweh and Asherah, but definitely Asherah, because that's what they did. So how you like me now? How you like me now, Bible? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, Job 26:5. What's Job 26:5? Y'all, can you see how I'm talking? Sometimes I say B for P. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not even really high. The shades below tremble, the waters and their inhabitants. Sheol is naked before God. Did I read the right one? Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah. Oopsie, clicked the wrong one. Job 26:5. I did. Waters in their Sheol is naked before God. Oh, I like this. This is actually kind of cool when you read this, like what God does. If it was real, it would be so super dope. He stretches out Zaphon over the void and hangs the earth upon nothing. He binds up the waters in his thick clouds, and the clouds is not torn open by them. He covers the face of the full moon and spreads over it his cloud. He has described a circle on the face of the waters and the boundary between the light and darkness. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astounded at his rebuke. By his power, he stilled the sea. Oh, by his understanding, he struck down Rahab. So this is talking about, this is really talking about how Yahweh struck down Yam and his cohorts. So Yam, the god of sea and rivers, Yam and Judge Nahor, Yam Nahor, Judge River, all one god, god of sea and river, basically. So he struck down Rahab. So Rahab is either supposed to be Yam, the Canaanite god, or Rahab is one of Yam's cohorts, because Yam does have cohorts that work with him that are even spoken about in some of the epics, like Ugaritic epics and other epics, I think. By his wind, the heavens were made fair, and hand pierced the fleeing serpent. Ooh. So cool, right? So I wonder if they take this fleeing serpent and try to make it into Satan when it's not Satan. It's actually talking about like another god. Pretty cool. Is that the part you were trying to get to me or no? Sorry if I missed it. Ah ha ha. Shades are oh. 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 So okay, hold on. I want to okay, give me a second. 20. I want to read that and all other. I really need a better translated Bible. Deceased. Oh, dead things are formed from under the waters and the inhabitants. Wait, whoa. Does that have any correlation to the flood? Are those dead bodies supposed to be like still haunting us or something? That's kind of strange, right? The ghosts of the dead tremble beneath the water with its creatures, y'all. That is a bit freaking freaky. Thank you for showing me that. I didn't realize. That's interesting. Right? Because isn't there a possibility that's again, I don't believe any of these stories, but these are possibilities that could have happened. People were getting high back then. People were smoking weed. We have absolute record of it on some of the stones, the altar stones. Was it Tel Dan? I can't remember which. It might be Tel Dan. But anyhow, yeah. So we know that these people were lighting up. Is it possible that Moses was just on something good, on that good, on that real good, which, by the way, I probably need to make myself some more good. You're right. Because where they think Sheol is and where they think the deep is, this is so interesting. Well, yeah, I'm going to go pee. So if I come back and y'all are still here, I'm going to assume that you still want to talk. I've literally been talking for 2 hours and 32 minutes. I don't even know if I'm allowed to keep going. I don't know how stream works, but I do have to pee. I've drank my water. I've drinking some of my coffee. I haven't drank a lot of my coffee, but you know what is so freaking frustrating about the Romans, y'all? Like, do y'all realize that once Church Father Eusebius, so this is that we're talking about like 300 Common Era, Church Father Eusebius, oh my God, Constantine, is that who I'm talking about? Oh, my brain is farting. But they were like going around gathering everything. Like they were gathering copies of shit so we wouldn't have stuff. How do you think that Eusebius had all of Josephus' works? Because he found them. He took them from, I think he even says he got them from Origen. So I don't know how he got them from origin, like where he got them from origin, because I think origin is from a different time period. I'm not sure. But yeah, shit ain't right. Shit absolutely isn't right. Why, thank you, Uncle Beck. I appreciate it. Okay, look. I'm going to go pee. Y'all can do what you please. I'm shuffling back. Uh-oh, I think my battery's dying on my headphones. I think my battery is dying. I gotta change my battery. Me battery. It's me battery. I've got to replace me battery. It's about to die. You're okay? You're holding on there? You're okay? How are y'all doing though, for real? No. Oh my God, please, no. I have zero things to do today other than the things that I just want to do, but I have zero plans because, the world has just been so shit lately. I'm going to unplug this. I think y'all can hear. I think the world has just been so horrible. I am on the struggle bus. I'm struggling making content. I'm struggling talking to people. Like, I can do this because this isn't about feelings. I mean, it is. I have feelings about it, but you know what I'm saying. Oopsie, I forget which way I'm supposed to go in. I should have paid attention. I can't see now. Oh, the plus goes down. So just being on here is super helpful for me. Yesterday was a rough day for me. It was my grandfather's funeral. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, tell me if you can hear me. My sound was going. I didn't realize it was blinking. Oh, you're hungover, LOH? Did you go out last night? And you're not too chatty at all. I'm glad you're chatty. I like I said, this helps me because I feel kind of lonely. I feel isolated. I mean, I'm not. I have my friends and family, but you just don't. It's hard to be alone with your feelings when the world is, just. I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. Like, I knew that the world wasn't all it was supposed to be, as a Jehovah's Witness, but now I can really realize how bad it is. I always thought there was going to be an end game. I thought there was okay, well, one day God's going to fix it. Like, okay, this might suck. And even if I'm gone, at least one day God's going to fix it. But now that's not. And I'm going like, we all got to like get through this together and help each other and support each other, because it's hard waking up to this reality, right? It's hard waking up to the reality that like we can't even protect our kids. People want to, people literally want to sacrifice their kids. This is what we're looking at here. People thinking it's okay and posting pictures of their kids holding guns. And I'm not saying I hate. I'm just saying we need gun responsibility. And I'm not going to go on that topic, but I'm just telling you why. Like, this has just been a rough weekend for me personally, and I have nothing to do, nowhere to go other than just to try to take care of myself, be good to my friends and my family, you know. Okay, here's a question. If Adam knew what he was doing in the garden and Eve was the one who was deceived, why is it that women are considered lower than men? And that is an excellent question, Dog Stroll, because the whole, well, here, okay, well, like, sheesh, there's like so many layers to that story, because a lot of what we see in the story is also people, what we hear about the story is also people reading in to the story. I'm preparing my weed, just so anybody asks. I'm going to close my book so that way I don't get weed on it. Because this is like resin, like a resin or something. And I'm going to dip I forget, it's like called something. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to dip my flour in there. Will I get banned for talking about this? And then I put it into this thing, which is my flour thingy. Okay, so the whole Adam and Eve story. So God creates a beautiful garden. So we have, okay, so first, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I don't even know where to start with this. So we have 2 to 3 creation stories in Genesis. So that's where we have to first start. We definitely have 2, because in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, we have different creation in order. We have different creation orders. In one of the creation stories, humans are made last, and God brings all the animals, and Adam's like, oh, wow, this is cool, and names them all. And then in other stories, the animals are created first, and people first and animals last. And the other one, it's animals first, people's last. So there's that difference, which kind of confuses it a bit. But in the second story, which is, I guess, where we really focus as Christians, because that's, I guess, in 3rd chapter is where we get the Garden of Eden. I'm not even sure. Look, I have it up here. I could just pull up Genesis, you silly little goose. I could just pull it up. But did I not spell it right? Why can't you just pull up the book of Genesis, you nutball? Huh? That's what I said. Genesis, you dish. Okay, we don't have to get into the whole creation part. Okay, so we can talk about the fact here that there's more than Adam and Eve alive. So Adam isn't the first man ever made. There was already other humans created. So Eve isn't the first person. Adam isn't the first man. And Adam isn't even a name. Adam just means like earth. It's like red earth or some shit like that. So it's not even this wasn't even supposed to be a personal name. It's just a human. Now my hands is sticky. Okay, I'm going to the next one. Oh, look, this even says another account of the creation. Well, isn't that interesting? Huh. Okay, so here he creates woman. So let's get down to the fact that number one, God makes a mistake and creates Adam without giving Adam a partner. So he creates all these animals, and all these animals have partners. Supposedly, if we go by the JWs, supposedly even God created angels in heaven, friends for him, so he wouldn't be lonely. So how is it that a God creates all these beings in heaven so he's not a lonely person, but then creates one single solitary man on earth? Doesn't make sense, because it's not how the story went. Adam wasn't the first man, Eve wasn't the first woman. But anyway, so he makes that mistake and freaking makes Adam with no family. And then he's like, oh shit, well, I fucked up. So now I'm going to have to do surgery on you. I mean, I just formed you out of the earth, but now I'm going to do surgery on you and make a woman, a companion, excuse me, from your rib. I mean, that's just a weird freaking story, if you ask me. Have a good day. Oh, wait, Jake's on? Oh, I should go and watch Jake. I didn't realize he was live. Should we all go watch Jake? I want to watch Jake. I want to watch Jake too. I want to see Jake too. I guess I couldn't finish my explanation about Adam and Eve, but oh shit, what more was there to say? She's created from his rib. Yeah, that's the Adam and Eve story was meant to be, in my opinion, a polemic about worshiping the goddess, because before God came around, the goddess didn't need a god. We didn't need a god to procreate. We were able to do it ourselves. So after this knowledge pursuit, and they eat a fruit they're not supposed to eat. Oh shit, I forgot what I was just saying. I said knowledge pursuit. Oh, I didn't even smoke yet. No reason for that, but I sure did just forget what I was saying. Oh, the whole Garden of Eden story is about separation of the goddess. Now women need the assistance of men to get pregnant, whereas we could do all that before. We were able to get assistance from the goddess for producing milk, for giving birth. So all the things that we could do through our own divine feminine, we are now cut off from, and they make us go through Yahweh or this God to get everything that we need. And even the snake isn't Satan. It never says it's snake. The snake is Satan. The snake is actually a representation of the goddess's ability to regenerate, to have her own kids without the assistance of divine interception from a male god. It's the magical powers that of knowledge that Asherah possesses, that Eve really possesses. The snake was right. He, she, it, whatever, was right when it said that you will have knowledge when you eat the apple. That was never a lie. There was nothing that was a lie about it. That was all the truth. I don't know if I even answered your question. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of yapping. I apologize. Oh yeah. Hey, snooze. Hey, I think I might go. I didn't realize that Worldly was on, so I might get off here and go watch his live and see what he's got going on. Does anybody know what he's talking about over there? Did y'all see his interview with Andrew Gold? Honey, I turned that interview off. I still gave it a like because I love Jake. It had nothing to do with Jake. But that interview with Andrew Gold, I was like, it's not for me. Thank you. Thank you. No offense, no hate. Just not my kind of person. Don't want to follow him. I'd follow him because of the whole Lloyd Evans thing. And then I was like, ooh, he kind of reminds me of Lloyd Evans. I'm good. Hey. Oh, that's mean. Oh, I just said that. I should not have said that. That was mean. That was really not nice. That's not nice to both of them. I should not have said that. I apologize. Very not nice of me, Ryan. Behave. See, that's why I don't do a lot of live shows, because sometimes I don't have a filter. My apologies, my friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed our discussion about the Bible. We got to learn some stuff. I learned some stuff. I'm going to have to do some research. I don't know how long it will take me to be able to do the research, but I absolutely want to do some research about the whole, the camels. But I think there's even a possibility that Dr. Josh from Digital Hammurabi, that he, you go ahead, Dan. You don't have to wait for me, sweetheart. If you want to go and hop on over, I'm just saying goodbye because I gotta end the stream. I got to. I think it's possible that even Dr. Josh from Digital Hammurabi did something about the camels and when they came into the land of Canaan. So, anywho, y'all, I promise you that I'm doing my best to get some shows done. I don't know what my deal is. I'm like literally writing out everything I want to say for Jezebel, but actually, you know what? I know what it is. I feel alone. I do. I feel alone when I write this stuff. Christy Ann, good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Okay, well, actually, Dog's Drool, just a FYI, I have done the symbology videos. They go kind of fast. It's something that I want to redo, but I have done the symbology videos about the Garden of Eden and what the tree means, what the snake means, all of that, all the representations. So if you want to check out my other videos, I think it's just Garden of Eden. I don't know. I'm not sure. I will redo them. I promise. How you doing, Christiane? I hope you're doing okay, honey. Love you. You're welcome. Thanks for coming, Jonathan. I appreciate you showing up. I hope you're doing okay. We miss you. I can't wait to see the more content rolling in. Y'all make sure, please, that you are following each other. Ex-Witness Awake Jonathan makes excellent content. Christy Ann, I know I saw as I was going live, I saw something pop up. I think you have a new, something new that just came out. I want to make sure I catch up with that today. It's a Apostate Watchtower study, baby. You know how we do. You just woke up? Well, I hope you're doing okay, hun. And you know that we are here for you. And I don't want you to feel like you should never, ever feel bad about needing to talk to friends, needing to reach out friends, needing assistance from friends, monetary, spiritually, physically, whatever. Don't you ever dare feel bad about that, because that fucking organization puts you in a position that you should never have been put in. Never, ever, ever. And there's nothing that you should ever feel any type of way for. We all deserve love and fucking support. And that goddamn organization should not be taking away our family from us and our support systems when we need them the most. They can fucking suck a big anal bead. So don't you ever dare, my love. And if there's anything that I can do to help you, I absolutely will. Seriously, 100%. And everybody in this chat agrees. So y'all make sure you go like and support Christiane's socials, because that helps you bring me in. You know what I'm saying? Watching the videos it brings people in. Liking, comment, like all those things help boost algorithms. So even if you can't ever like support monetarily people, we can support people other ways. So make sure y'all do that. Like and share. You're welcome, baby. Well, y'all, Alt Worldly is live. So I want to go see what he's talking about, because I haven't caught his live in a while. So I'm going to go check that out. But Christy Ann, we love you. We will, yes, please go check it out, Dog Stroll. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for asking the questions. And if there's any other question I can help you with, if you find those videos and you have questions, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to redo them. So hopefully when I redo them, I'll slow down, because they were made for TikTok. I can slow down now and put in more information and graphics and stuff like that. So if there's something that you need answered, just let me know. Hopefully I'll get to it soon. Anyhow, love you, Christine. Love you, Dan D. Thank you so much for the love and support, y'all. I really, truly appreciate it. It makes me feel not so alone and in this crazy ass world with some people who get me. Okay, that's it. I'm going. I will see you on Jake's channel. Hop on over there. Bye, y'all. Love you.